Hello, my curious friends. Today we are going to talk about a science experiment that shows the cruelty and demonism of humanity. Every country has its own secret, and there was such a secret in Russia, the Russian sleep experiment. This experiment will blow your mind. If you have a weak heart, then don't watch this. Otherwise, stay tuned till the end, because in this video, I will reveal some truths that will open your eyes. The story starts with World War II. Soviet soldiers were fighting tirelessly, working day and night. They took turns to rest. The relentless demands of war pushed them to their absolute limits. To push these limits even further, the Russians had a chilling question. How long can we keep our soldiers awake, and what effect would it have on their efficiency? To find the answer to this question, the Russians planned an experiment. They chose 5 prisoners of different ages from the enemy army for this experiment and locked them in a room for 30 days, with the condition that if they completed this experiment successfully without sleeping for 30 days, they would be released safe and sound. They were kept in a room with food, water, a toilet, and some books, but no beds, as they were not allowed to sleep. There was a duct inside the cell through which they produced a gas that would wake up any person after inhaling it. Everything was normal for the first 4 days, but on the 5th day, the anxiety of these prisoners suddenly increased. On the 9th day, one of them screamed for 3 hours due to a loss of mental balance, causing his vocal cords to burst. Russian scientists believed it was highly likely that the gas was responsible for the changes in behavior. The gas released into their chamber was extremely toxic and was thought to be causing the subject's behavior to change. The next day, a prisoner tore the pages of the books given and pasted them on the mirrors so that the researchers could not see inside. CCTV had not been invented at that time, so there were only mirrors. After that, silence spread in the room. The researchers could still tell from the oxygen levels that the prisoners were alive, even though no sound was coming from inside. On the 14th day, the researchers began to doubt that perhaps all the prisoners had come to the verge of death. They decided to remove the poisonous gas from the room and open it. As soon as the researchers informed the prisoners they were coming inside, a voice came from within in which a prisoner said, "We do not want freedom, we want to stay here." This was shocking. They started enjoying that chamber. The story started getting very dark and creepy, and a command was given to stop the experiment and release all the subjects. But as soon as the gas supply was stopped, all the subjects inside started saying at the same time, "Please, it will be our life. We will die here. We do not want to die here. Please let us use the gas again. We cannot live without gas. We cannot live without breathing that gas." Ignoring their pleas, when the researchers entered the room, they found that all the food was untouched. The prisoners had not eaten the provided food for the last few days. The ground was colored with blood, and severed limbs were scattered around for the prisoners to eat later. Some prisoners were actually eating their own flesh. This was a heartbreaking sight. One prisoner had eaten so much of his own stomach that his bones were visible. When those prisoners were taken for treatment, they begged to go back to that room. Any person can become unconscious with 1 injection of morphine. But despite applying 8 injections of morphine, all the prisoners remained conscious and requested the doctors to operate on them while they were conscious. They enjoyed the pain during the operation. As the doctors operated, the prisoners started smiling. But during this operation, 3 out of 5 prisoners died. The last subject's brain and heart flatlined together. Despite being declared brain dead multiple times, he kept coming back to life, demanding the gas again. But friends, this research did not stop here. In fact, the commanding officer of the Soviet Union ordered this experiment to continue because he wanted to see what would happen if these remaining prisoners were exposed to the gas again. Because of this order, the experiment had to continue. Additionally, 3 more researchers were sent into the chamber to observe the situation up close. The prisoners were trembling, but when they learned they would get the gas again, they stopped and their fear seemed to vanish. When a scientist entered the room and saw his subjects, he couldn't believe they were human. In fear, the researcher asked a prisoner, "Who are you?" The answer was full of fear and horror. The prisoner replied with a smile, "I am the shadow inside you that you never let come out. I am the one you are afraid of at night." As soon as the scientist heard this, he paused and shot the subject. The subject's last words were, Finally, we are free. After this shocking incident, it is said that no one dared to repeat such an experiment on humans. But in 2009, an unknown account on a site called CreepyPasta Wiki revealed this experiment to the world, claiming it was a hidden mystery. Let's check the truth behind it. When asked about this experiment, the Russian government firmly denied it. So this was the real story behind the Russian sleep experiment, which many believe to be true. I hope you found this video informative. What do you think? Could there be any truth to this story? Yes or no? Let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and share it. For more videos, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell.